Carlos Botong Francisco. He was born, Carlos Modesto Villaluz Francisco, on November 4, 1912, Angono, Rizal, Philippine Islands. Francisco studied at the University of the Philippine School of Fine Arts under the tutelage of portraitist and genre painter Fabian de la Rosa. Francisco passed away in 1969 at the age of 57, and was posthumously declared National Artist for Visual Arts in 1973. Resting place: Heroes Cemetery, Taguig, Philippines. Nationality: Filipino. Other names of Carlos Francisco Botong. His occupation: art painter, muralist. Parents: Felipe Francisco, father; Maria Villaluz, mother. Here is the awards and honors of Carlos Francisco. First prize at the exhibition of the Art Association of the Philippines, National Museum in 1948. Patnubay Ng signing at Kalinangan Award, Stalwart of Art and Culture, in 1964. Philippine National Artist in 1973. Here are the selected works of Carlos Francisco. The Martyrdom of Rizal Mural. The mural depicts the execution of Philippine national hero Dr. Jose Rizal at Botong Bayan, now Rizal Park, on December 30, 1896. The mural was commissioned by Fort Santiago as part of the Rizal Shrine. Magpapuko. Magpapuko means pulling in the net. The above picture is the actual painting where the mural was probably copied. Painting the lives of the fishing community was one of Botong's favorite subjects. Angono, his hometown where he was based, was a fishing village. First Mass at Limasawa. The mural depicts Father Pedro Valderrama officiating the Mass in an improvised altar in the presence of Ferdinand Magellan, Pigafetta, chronicler of Magellan, Spanish soldiers, and the natives in awe. The Progress of Medicine in the Philippines. The Progress of Medicine in the Philippines is a painting by Filipino artist Botong Francisco. It was commissioned in 1953 to depict the history of Philippine medicine. It is currently on display in the National Museum of Fine Arts in Manila. Bayanihan. This artwork of Botong Francisco could easily be found on a common tradition of all Filipinos. Back in 100 years ago, this is how people or neighborhood help a family if they were going to move location. People will gathered and start to help the family who will going to move in other location. Progress through education. This work was created as a mural for a Manila textbook publishing firm, and it depicts the arrival and spread of education in the Philippines, dramatizing the importance of education. Filipino struggles through history. Filipino struggles through history chronicles the history of Manila from the first great Rajas of Tondo, the Spanish colonial period, Balagtas, Rizal and the Revolution of 1896, up to the American colonial period, which becomes the history of the entire nation itself. In 1914, Carlos Botong Francisco was born to Felipe Francisco and Maria Villaluz of Angono, Rizal. Francisco studied at the University of the Philippine School of Fine Arts. Before the war, he did illustrations for the Tribune and La Vanguardia, and later, with Victorio Idades and Fermin Sanchez, painted sets for the Manila Grand Opera House and the Clover Theater. After World War II, Francisco taught at the University of Santo Tomas, simultaneously working in filmmaking with Miguel Conde as the scriptwriter and costume designer. Francisco was also a member of the 13 Moderns, a group formed in 1938. He belonged to the first generation of Philippine modernists, with Idades and Gallo V. Ocampo, who pioneered the directional shift of Philippine art from the Amorsolo school to the emerging modern art movement. Francisco created many murals throughout his career. Although his mural for the 1953 International Fair, held in Manila, of the legendary origin of the Filipino, was received poorly by locals and promptly discarded after the fair, was revered and recognized internationally, and subsequently Antonio Villegas, the mayor of Manila, commissioned a mural, Filipino Struggles Through History, to be painted on Bulwagang Katipunan of the Manila City Hall. Francisco was recognized multiple times for achievement in visual art, including his painting, Kaingan, Sweden, winning first prize in the inaugural National Exhibition of the Art Association of the Philippines (AAP), held at the National Museum in 1948. He also received the Patnubay signing at Kalinangan Award from the City of Manila in 1964 and was proclaimed National Artist in Painting in 1973.